have endured chaos over A-level results, and then the worry over the GCSE results, and now further problems with BTEC results this morning, which they may not even get next week. They're only hopeful of getting them next week. How are the souls faring there this morning?
Oh, it's been an awful year for them, really, hasn't it, Kate? Having to go into lockdown, not knowing what was going to happen, watching all of this develop in the news just over the last few weeks about this algorithm. Less anxiety about that, of course, for GCSE students today, but there are those here in this room who are waiting on BTECs who, as you say, will not be getting them, those vocational and technical qualifications. Now, Pearson, the exam board, has told us that it's not a decision they took lightly to delay the results. They really feel that all students should be treated fairly, and they want to make sure no one is disadvantaged when compared to their peer group. So let's think about this, guys. Is it time to open these results? You've waited for 2 hours. You've been here. Should we start opening them up? OK, well, let's start seeing what's in those envelopes whilst I go and chat with Belinda, who is the head teacher here. And Belinda, I mean, it has been an incredibly difficult year, hasn't it?
Oh, it has, yes, and these students have done very well in terms of dealing with the uncertainty that they've had. And as you say, with those BTECs coming out later tomorrow, that's obviously another sort of anxious moment for some of our students here today. But it will be fantastic to see the results that they've got and how they've done this morning. Oh, we can hear some good noises
some
already.
Good news. Now,
yes.
I'm guessing that really, from your point of view, you're quite pleased that it's your view of what they've done rather than an algorithm.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, we saw what the algorithm did last week with our post-16 students, our A-level students. But with these students here, I think they've genuinely got what they worked for. They've worked so hard for 2 years, these students. It's not just this year. And I'm so proud of them. I know that they have done well and that they will be pleased.
Well, let's go and see if we can speak to some of them. I think we should. Ibrahim, now, you're looking very happy.
Very.
But I know you've had a tough year. You were ill for a lot of this. You've been remote learning. How have you done?
Really well. Much better than I thought I would do. Because of, obviously, all of the issues I had during the start of the year, I didn't think I would do as well as I have. And I'm beyond words happy that I've finally done this well.
Oh, I'm so pleased to see that happy face, Sydney. You're a national skating champion.
Yeah.
But have you slipped up?
No, I'm really happy with these results. Like,
Give us a highlight.
Yeah, I've gotten 3 9s, and that's like way more than I thought I would get. But yeah, it's been a lot of hard work being able to juggle doing skating as well as studying. So.
But you're doing it well.
Yeah.
And Wisha, are you happy with what's in your envelope?
I'm going to sixth form.
You're going to sixth form?
Yep.
Tell us what the best thing is on that piece of paper for
I
you.
got 2 6s, science 6 and maths 6. I didn't expect it.
That's just amazing. And you're going to go and study what in sixth form?
Maths, business, I got a 4. So maths, business and... Well, there's no IT in here. I don't know why, but I'll find out later.
You do it, but you're happy. Excellent. Now, Venus, fair to say, English not your first language, and you were worried about your English result.
Yeah.
What was it?
I've got a 5 for English, but I still think that it's still going to be all right. So, yeah, I've got a 7 in art, which I believe I could have done better in the exams, but I still think it's good.
I mean, overall, are you happy?
Yeah, overall, I'm happy. I'm pretty happy, yeah.
Now, Ellis here, you didn't want to sit the exams, did you? So you were quite happy with that situation. No BTEC result for you in that envelope today?
PE one, no. It's not.
You're worried about that?
No, I think I've done all right in BTEC anyway. That was the one I worked hardest in out of all the exams, but out of all the courses, but yeah.
Now, you were saying to me earlier you wanted to have an apprenticeship, but there aren't that many around.
No, I can't find anything in sport, coaching or anything at the moment, so no.
So what are you going to do next?
I think I'm going to go to college.
So you're happy with these results?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't think I'd pass.
Oh, well, that's good news. That's good news. Let's see if we can find Belinda just for one last chat. Sorry to interrupt. I know that because it's the advice you need to give them now. It's difficult.
Yes,
Alice was saying no apprenticeships. It's the path they need to follow. It's a hard thing.
It is. This whole thing about making sure that they've got the results that they need to follow those pathways, that next step that they want to go on to. I mean, I'm passionate about that as a head teacher. We're passionate about it here at Cater, and we make sure that we've got lots of opportunities in our sixth form for children to step on. Children just like Ellis, so that we can actually work with him to do the things that he wants to do. Some of our children are highly academic. We've got a young lady who went to Oxford this year. That's amazing. But, you know, it's also about all our children at all the different stages that they go go through in their education.
Well, there's a wonderful mix
they
of
are
results here
so
today.
cheerful.
It's a great morning. They are a
Yes.
great bunch. And I think after everything that's happened, Kate and Alex, it's not a bad result.
It's lovely to see the youngsters jumping up and down, so excited, Richard. It reminds you that you've just seen so many beleaguered faces, haven't you, with all the challenges you were talking about. So, oh, it's really nice.
Well, clearly top marks in Caterham. Katie Rickett is in Albury. A very tense morning for the teenagers getting their results this morning. Come on then, Katie, put them out of their misery. How did you do anyway?
Well, oh, do you know what? It feels like a very, very long time ago, Alex. I'm not sure I can even remember. I'm trying to figure out what the difference between an A star and a 9 is now these days. I think I got B's, one C and a few A's. Yeah, I'll forget about it anyway. But you know what? I just wanted to point out, it's not the students that are the most nervous this morning. I think it's actually the teachers, because after all, now they've ditched this algorithm, the pressure is all on you, isn't it, Mr. Vince Green? Was there a temptation to give them higher marks than perhaps they'd earned? Or...
Hey, we'd love to have given straight grade 9s to all of our students across our academies, but you know what? We have to consider doing the right thing. And what's really important is considering the outcomes, not just of these amazing young people, but the outcomes of other year groups as well. So what we've done as a trust, really importantly, across our 11 academies, is go through a really robust standardisation process to ensure that the grades these young people get today have real integrity. And that's really crucial.
There you go, guys. So if you were feeling too confident, let's start ripping some of those results open. So we're going to have Mohammed, you're going to come first. You were telling me, actually, if you start opening that you were quite annoyed that you didn't get to show off the revision that you've done, did you?
Yeah, I've done a lot of revision, and, you know, it's nice to know that I haven't been downgraded any, but, you know, I'm always having that thought that what if I had done better, what if I'd actually sat the exam?
OK, what are you expecting?
Hoping for mostly B's, really.
Mostly B's. So what's that in the new system?
Sixes.
So. And what have you got?
I've got in a few 6s here. In maths, I've got a 6, geography a 5, and in both of my English subjects, I got in a 6, so a B. So.
Happy?
Yeah.
Well done, my lovely. Right, great. So I'm going to get you forward, Ben, and I'll tell you what, you two start cracking yours open as well. I'll come to you in a minute. So, Ben, how do you feel about the fact that you didn't get to sit those exams and prove yourself?
I feel like I've kind of cheated my way to getting my results, because I didn't exactly sit the exam, so it's not my actual potential, it's what I've been predicted.
And what are you expecting?
5s and 6s.
What do we got here? 5s and 6s, I think, are... Mr. Green?
Grade Bs.
Grade Bs.
6 in maths,
Woo!
5 in geography, 7 biology, 5 chemistry, 6 physics.
I think someone might have got even better than they thought. Well done. Right, let's get you two up together. So we've got Raj and we've got Tom. How are you feeling? You just opened those.
I'm nervous, but I'm really excited just to see what I've got.
Yeah? Yeah. Go for it, go for it. Tell us, what are you expecting and what have you got?
I needed 7, 8s and 9s. Oh my gosh, I've got basically 9s.
Amazing, really well done. And Tom, what about yourself?
9 in biology, 8 in chemistry,
Oh my god.
8 in physics.
Better than you expected after that, wasn't it, Tom? And how does it feel to get those great results today? Do you feel like it's been taken away from you, or do you feel like, you know, it's done the fair way?
I feel like I earned it. I don't feel like I haven't earned it, but, you know, it's almost cheating because I didn't do the exam. I don't know what the exam would have been like. But I'm happy, so it's all right.
It's fantastic. Well, you've all done really, 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 really well. But I think that is the overriding sentiment here. Everyone's happy, but they also do feel a little bit like they'd just like to show off their hard work. But we're going to forget about that, aren't we, guys? Let's cheer for each other. Round of applause. Well done. Well, back to you guys.
Very much so. They definitely have earned it. Maybe not through exams, but through everything that they've been through, Katie. And thanks, Richard, for your gang too. Now, if you're one of those that hasn't got the results you wanted, we know it's not the end of the world. Emily Hughes, founder of the Parent Guide to GCSEs, joins us from Peterborough. You're very qualified to navigate youngsters who haven't got their results through, because you've looked at this year in particular on the problems, haven't you?
Absolutely, yeah. We've had thousands of parents who have been very confused, obviously, over the last week or so about what's going on. So I've spent the last week basically translating slightly vague government announcements for parents. So, yeah, keeping on top of everything has been a challenge with all of the changes that have happened. But But yeah, this is, I'm no stranger to results day. I was a teacher for 15 years. So it's lovely to see those smiling faces having had those results that they were looking forward to finally.
Yeah, it was really great to see those smiling faces just now. But of course, there will be those students today that didn't get the grades that they wanted. What advice have you got for them for the future?
Remember that you're not defined by those grades that you get on that piece of paper. There are plenty of options open to you, and there's all sorts of stuff that you can go forwards and do and take a look at. There are different qualifications you could take, different routes you can take. There are plenty of choices available to you, and your teachers are there to help you through all of that stuff, so talk to them.
I mean, what about the pressure for taking that next stage, though? Because there's going to be a lot of good results, it seems. That's what they're predicting. And that will mean, you know, getting into sixth form colleges, getting onto other things. People will have a lot to pick from. So how do parents help their youngsters navigate their way into the next stage?
It's about doing everything you can. So put forward your grades to every sixth form college that you are interested in and do the best you can. But bear in mind that it's more down to what you put in as a student than necessarily the school that you're at. So bear in mind as well, we've got a few students who, if they're waiting for BTEC results for a week, maybe more, they might not be able to apply for those sixth form positions yet. They're going to be in the same position as the A-level students last week who then couldn't apply for their university places because they didn't have their grades yet. So it's going to be an interesting one for sixth forms to navigate over the next week or so.